10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Enigma.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Very exciting to watch.
I think I'm okay with playing a more farming and pushing-oriented Enigma this game, because right now, Team Faceless doesn't have the best scaling cores. And going up against a Meepo is a tall order by itself, and then going against a Meepo in a Juggernaut means that you're really committing to the fact that you don't want to take this late game, because if it goes past 35 minutes and you don't have a significant, like, tower edge or a few Raxes down at that point, you're going to start going downhill very quickly. And so if Ice does go for, you know, the Helm of the Dominator early on, does he ever go Midas on Enigma or no?
I have not seen it, but maybe if he has a really good early game, you see it.
Right, okay. Well, regardless, I want to make sure that he is farming and not just exclusively searching for team fights. Especially because, man, if he manages to hit level 25 Enigma, I've only heard the legends. I haven't seen it in a game yet, but I would really like to see another 8 Eidolons on the field.
Alright, my pro's gonna walk up the hill. I don't think he's in trouble or anything. Pudge does not have boots, does have the 1 win lace. So actually, I was in a game where... in a pub game where the Enigma did hit level 25, and it's a sight to behold. It's just
really, it's
Eidolons everywhere. Thank God I was playing Bounty Hunter. I hit 25 assault. I got a Battle Fury, so I was just kind of farming off with Eidolons instead. But you know, if I wasn't somebody that has Janata every second and plus 100 damage and a Battle Fury, I might have been a little scared.
Yeah, and for outside of Underlord Firestorm, there really isn't the best wave clear. I've seen
Meepo?
Yeah, okay, so Meepo's good wave clear, but like Poof in a late game situation is pretty much used exclusively for initiation. Like, he's gonna get a Blink Dagger almost definitely.
Sure.
And whenever you're getting sieged by, and not necessarily a level 25 Enigma, but just an Enigma with Helm of the Dominator, like you said, and then the threat of Pudge hooks, Meepo, even being as far ahead as he probably will be at that stage, will still need to be careful.
Yeah, he's not poofing to kill Eidolons if they're hitting the tower. That's probably too dangerous, but in terms of just like, let's say if ISIS makes some Eidolons, just kind of A moves it down the lane, then Meepo could fairly easily clean that up. But that's still very far from now. I actually don't think this game will hit 25. Every time I set that on a cap, it does definitely get to 25, so who knows what's going to happen this game. One thing, again, I'm going to be looking out for is how will Faceless shut down this meepo, or at least attempt to, in the 7 to 15 minute mark. Are they going to send non-stop gank party to the jungle? Are they going to push down all the tier 1 towers and proceed to tier 2s? Are they going to group up and do a lot of stuff in team fights? Or maybe a combination of all of that? Who knows?
So how relevant would you consider the fact that this meepo was a last pick meepo? Do you think that Faceless would have drafted themselves a little bit differently as opposed to just hitting the Enigma in response, or were they pretty much okay with whatever Signature Trust threw at them with this draft?
So Faceless had the overall last pick of draft, right?
Correct. They picked Enigma after the meepo.
Yeah, so I was thinking something that could be a little bit more active in terms of ganking, like Assassin from My Size. I'm not sure whether that's banned out instead. But let's say if they didn't have the Enigma pick, let's say they just had some random offlaner, like Slaughter, for example. I still think that just with having Pudge on your team, you have a lot of game against Meepo. Pudge might not be good like in a 1v1 scenario, because if you hook a Meepo, he'll just proof the rest in and kill the Pudge, but any kind of teammates nearby, it's gonna be pretty good.
Rubik throwing down Ogre. This is a very odd gank. I mean, the bounty runes are already gone. I don't really know what Trust are trying to do here. Oh,
I think what they're trying to do is they want to make sure that Nuts does not get the Ancient pull off. I'm not sure whether...
Oh, yeah, that's been a thing recently.
Okay, Impale's gonna hold it. Actually, Nuts might be in a little bit of trouble. Ignite coming off cooldown in a couple of seconds. Nuts gonna eat more and more right. Good toss back here. Now the Pudge is in position. Eidolons are now hitting Tigger as well. Tigger's gonna be giving up first blood. My Pro is going hard here for Nuts. He does have Ignite up, but Nuts should be easily able to juke this. And the two supports get stranded for days. He pops the Ignite. Should actually not get the kill. Ooh. Okay, he does get it. One smack, but I think this is a pretty big victory here for Faceless.
I wish I had here team-specific vision on, because he placed that tree, the Rubik did, while he was escaping, and I was just like, oh, okay, he wants to get some regen. But no, it was one of the fog trees, and I don't really know if it worked, but I like the idea behind it, and I mean, he managed to outsmart an Ogre and a Lion, forcing the first blood out, so well played.
Alright, so for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, the Ancient pool, you could drag the Ancients over here, because they're not magic immune anymore. You could lift them into this spot, and then the creep wave now walks here and then drags the creep wave up. You can also do that on the Dire, also, although not as guaranteed, I think.
And you can do it on the other Ancient stack right next to the mid lane as well on Radiant. It's really kind of odd that more measures weren't put in place to prevent that, but the thing is how, even though Signature didn't get the kill, did distract Rubik for quite a while, and he's ended up going back over to the bot lane to zone out this Underlord.
Oh, great hook here from Black here, and nice body block as well. The Eidolon being micro, Lakel's trapped under the creep wave, the tower, and the Eidolon surrounds him. And this is the reason why we see Black moving off the carry role to play support Pudge.
This is the reason why I like seeing Enigma have, I like seeing Ice have heroes with summons. I love seeing him do that kind of body blocking play with Nature's Prophet, and I think that's the first time I've seen him do it with Enigma, but that was perfect getting that kill.
Bottom lane here, we have a toss back. Mr. Jin is going to be going down. No, the Buzz actually just dies, and the level 1 Fable, it's not going to be enough to kill him, but good harass here. He'll definitely need a sharp. I hear a Sunstrike. Good guess, but not going to be in the mark.
So Jabs actually opted for the Alacrity build, I suppose, is what we call whenever the Invoker does end up going for early point in W. I'm curious to see how Jabs will end up filling out this game. I feel like he needs to go QW, because with all these, I guess, setup things like a Pudge Hook and then a Black Hole, I thought Tornado EMP would be useful, but maybe he feels like he needs to be a damage-dealing core, seeing as the rest of his team may not scale.
Enigma on the top lane. Barely able to walk away from the gank, he's fine. Yeah, Jabs normally always goes for this build because his teams is generally built for central kills. So he's going to be fishing for a lot of those, like we just saw, the one on bottom lane, although that missed. In terms of Sunstrike setup, the Pudge is a decent one, Rubik is a decent one, and so is Enigma. They're not kind of guaranteed stuff like a Line would be, for example, or a Bench would be, but he's very good on the hero, and I imagine he will be able to set them up. The Pro is going to walk over a Flying Courier, so his position is going to get immediately revealed.
And they've left Enigma alone in this top lane now. There's a very aggressive Dire Ward now by my pro. They want to either catch out rotations. Oh man, he hook on mid. He
probably should just watch.
Yeah.
Probably just watch the fudge. I don't know why I'm watching my pro dropping wards. SSI's gonna shrine up here and should be fine.
Huh. I saw Black prowling mid for quite a while, but yeah, I guess Meepo doesn't have any high ground vision. He has this one ward, but it's mainly scouting out all of the secondary jungle from the Radiant right now. I don't really know why they're putting so much focus on this Enigma, or rather this Enigma's lane, but if they don't protect their Meepo, it's not going to be scale very well.
Well, Meepo giving away 1 kill is not the biggest deal. It's more so whether he's going to give away a string of kills in the mid game, which we're going to have to wait and see. Mid lane though, now Black's going to come in. Should be easy rot toss back. My pro is going to give up the kill. The right click should go to Invoker, although Black's going to take it for his team. And he's on a mega kill streak. Or no.
4.5 minutes into the game. Yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to see.
Yeah. Bottom lane. I guess, ironically, XY is probably having the hardest time on this team. Because Spitlord is not exactly the easiest here to lane against. But here comes Black, so get ready for some kills.
Underlord only now spots, but too little too late.
Yep. And he's gonna try to juke the hook, but experienced pledge players are just gonna walk after you with rot. Top lane here, we're gonna see an intel. And a very easy kill against Ice. Getting caught out here by the support. Oh,
but the
Tigger?
Or, sorry, the Lion.
It's fine. That's right. Oh!
Caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, I'm sure you didn't actually know.
Yeah, I wonder
because
why
the Sunstrike. It's Sunstrike. Yeah. You gotta always consider that.
You don't know the Sunstrike's coming, whereas you see the Eidolon racing after you. So... well,
ended up just being a support kill, and that was a fairly big commitment. They only had to send 1 Meepo, not 2. I don't really know what the other one was doing. It looks like it was farming the jungle, so really not the biggest deal to trade the lion kill back. But yeah, Enigma's still having a great old time in this lane. The fact that he's able to lane so proficiently, he's able to hit level 6 despite such a large amount of attention placed on him. Ice is probably, yeah, so he's gone for the headdress, yeah, and so it looks like he's going to be going for the helm as you predicted.
Yeah. Also, one thing I kind of want to mention, although it hasn't really been important just yet. Hold on, Faceless is going to make a gank here at Underlord. And there's a double damage on Nut. Not that it's needed. That should be an easy kill. I like the fact that Black has not really expended his mana for this rock, for his hook, because he doesn't need it. So, and now he's gonna
need a top maybe.
Black hole has been used here, and now it looks like Girl's gonna go down with a great hook. Oh my god, that divided the barrier. But now here comes Equal. Black in a lot of trouble. Nuts has poured in as well. He is definitely gonna go down. Nicely done here by Meepo. Kicks an unstoppable streak. That's gonna be worth, what is it, 200x to go here for PP.
I'm surprised that this Meepo is being able to put such a large focus on this top lane. I guess he kind of gave up on the mid lane between farming up the jungle and I guess all rotations to the top lane. Invoker has kind of been left to his own devices mid, and that's okay for a Meepo, and it's not too big a deal. Invoker's gonna manage to get farm, and Jabs is going for a Midas anyways, so a few minutes here and there of harassment isn't gonna stop Invoker.
I mean, if you look at the network chart, right, Meepo ahead by 1,000, so whatever he's doing is pretty good. Now, granted, a lot of that 1,000 just came from the kill against the Pudge, so maybe if he hadn't had that, I would be saying something else, but so far he's doing good. And he's already got the first Dragonlance, working towards a second Power Tread's already online, so yeah. Every timing is really being hit by Meepo at least.
The Meepo, yes, but his other core, Lakel's Juggernaut, is kind of falling behind. This Pudge actually has a higher net worth than the Juggernaut right now, despite pretty much, I think Black has hit a single creep this entire... Oh, he has been hitting creeps. How foolish of me to think he wouldn't. But he's still farming at like, basically the same rate as a core right now.
Sure. I mean, Black has been... I think short of effective. I don't think he has done anything crazy. Like, his rotation has just been absolutely solid. He has hit some very nice hook onto the Juggernaut up top, though. Splitting him between, like, the creep wave and like earlier the black hole, that was pretty clutch stuff.
Well, let's see if he can react this smoke gank on Ice Ice Ice. Yet another, man. They really just want to bully Ice 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 into submission, and he kind of suspects it, hiding in the trees.
Is really the problem, though?
He's not. 3 kills, I guess.
Okay. Well, if you could catch him.
Oh, never mind. Not
if you
3
can
kills.
catch him. And now Black's here. Now Weaver's here. And they're gonna focus on Nuts, but I think Nuts is baiting. And now, oh, Black have gotten in position. We're gonna see Lakel's spinning around. He's now going for Ice Ice Ice. Ice Ice Ice. Let's see he was survive. No more Omni Slash for this. Oh, but they fail though. This is gonna get him. Sunstrike is gonna miss as a result. Lakel's trying to run away. The Buck should be able to get him. TP's gonna cancel by Black. My Pro's gonna go down. XY should be an easy kill. So that is a 4-for-1, I guess.
Oh, meanwhile, yeah, Invoker got the kill on this Underlord down bot, and PP is looking, but
got him. Oh, wait.
Welcome to 7.0, my friend. Earthbind does not cancel TPs anymore.
Man.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
You're right, you're right. I was just so like encoded, be like, oh, that's coming, I'm dead. But
it's part of the. So Meepo did get a really big buff of all of the stats being shared straight up, no Aghanim Scepter required. But now it's almost like Ursa style, where early game, if you see a Meepo walking towards you, you can just poof out. Unfortunately, Black had his teeth on, and poof is a lot of damage for in this early game.
So Citrus is in a position where they really just need their Meepo to carry them the game. Right? Would you disagree otherwise? Because Lakel is not doing it. And I don't think... I mean, Pitlord is doing fine, but Pitlord is not what's going to carry you back in game.
Yeah, it's basically going to come down to how Lakel's is going to be able to play the next few minutes. If he's allowed to just kind of farm while the Meepo makes space, then the Juggernaut can still become a relevant force. But if Juggernaut has to keep showing up to fights and keep having to participate with all smoke attempts, then I don't really know he's going to scale top lane.
Oh.
No, never mind, mid lane. Sun's kill. Another hook dismember on the Meepo.
Yep. Like I pointed out earlier, Pudge against Meepo, pretty like the perfect hero you want, right? Just kind of isolate him, easy Sunstrike setup. And this is the reason why that Japs really like to go for the Sunstrike build. The hook. Okay. That's a good try though. I think that might have been his first hook miss for Black.
Possibly.
10 minutes into the game.
It was a somewhat valuable hook miss in the fact that it may have revealed that they have this ward in the dire jungle, but right now trust supports are so poor that they can't even afford sentries. And right now Tigger going for a smoke gank on Jabs.
Okay, Mr. Jin's gonna come in here as well. And now Jabs gonna try to go for the tower. Lost a defensive hook. Oh, wait, but good impale by Tigger. They're still gonna go on Jabs regardless. Black's gonna probably come in and help us out. Okay, Firestorm being dropped here. I think that was Nuts' Firestorm. Off Mr. Jin back. And we get a secondary hook. Black wait for the cooldown here. But they don't really have a lot of spells to follow.
And Fire has this wall, which is about to time out as well, but I'm surprised that Invoker, he looked so tanky there. I felt like there were tons of right clicks and damage being thrown at Jabs, and I mean, all he has is a Null Talisman, and he actually went for max Exort, so he wasn't even like regenerating that much from Cross Orbs, but I'm surprised that they just didn't have the damage to kill him. I guess if Poe's not participating in these ganks, Sig Trust has a really hard time finishing someone off, which now Meepo has completed a Blink Dagger, so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Lion has 6 there, right? If he had Finger, no, I think that would have been different.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine, because in the last couple of minutes, you talked about Kels being able to get free farm, and Meepo has not been grass apart from that one punch kill in the mid lane, so that's pretty much the game plan for Sig Trust. Just make sure that Meepo has room, and make sure that Lakels can catch up. Well, that said, though, I think the rest of Faceless is farming extremely well. That's why. Gonna get rooted. Do they have detection? Okay. It's a pretty overzealous gang, trying to get him without detection.
Yeah. And speaking of Weaver has also been farming up really well. It's 3rd place right now in net worth. We've been talking about how much Faceless team... Oh, hook, not gonna connect on anything. We've been talking about how much this team may suffer scaling in late game against the Juggernaut and Meepo, but if Weaver keeps up this pace of basically just being one net worth below the Meepo, then he's gonna be able to probably maybe even solo Juggernaut and later on in this game.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that he has to worry about is that Lion is probably the ultimate counter to a Weaver. So much disable, so much burst damage, so he's going to be having to play around that. And I will force him to go for something like a Limit Sphere first, which heavily kind of disrupt his damage output, at least in the mid game. But eventually, he'll be able to catch up. So interestingly, Jabs has gone for the Yule Scepter build. I guess if you're coming from a pup game, this is the most common transition because it gives you the solo kill potential, but you rarely see that in a pro game because most invokers are looking to do more with a team and less so by himself. But what do you think about the Yules? Is it like a survival of the Smeagol poof kind of technique?
Yeah,
or?
I think this is actually more of a defensive-oriented Yules rather than an aggressive one. Like, obviously it'll be great if you do manage to find a Meepo or some support isolated, but there's a lot of setup on Signature Trust that Roger will fall victim to. There's Pit of Malice, there's Earthbind, and then there are 2 stuns with the Fire Blast and Earth Spike that you need to be very concerned about. So anything that Jabs can do to kind of give cheap survivability, because I don't think he wants to get a Linken's now, but he'll almost certainly get a Linken's later, I think, in this game. But right now, Yules is a good hybrid between aggressive and defensive.
Or maybe even a BKB, if
that's true, yeah.
He feels the need to do so. But right now, we're going to see a little bit of push and trade coming here. Faceless definitely getting the better of if they get a tier 2 for its 1. Eidolon, Siege Unit going to work here. And Enigma has actually gone back for a Blink Dagger, so probably one of the best answers against a Meepo. You see him unload that poop combo, and then he's Black Hole Reply.
Which maybe they'll debut it. I mean, he already revealed it by pushing that tower, but if they want to go for this tier 2 defense, then they need to start setting up now. They don't have smoke, so they're just gonna kind of walk around. Oh, they're going for Roche, or maybe.
They're gonna have to get a little bit more, in my opinion, before they could just go into Roche like this.
Well, they're not showing on the map, which apparently is enough to scare Signature Trust from backing up. Now a few heroes are showing themselves in mid, and it's too late. I guess the push is already dismantled. XY, the Sentry Ward here.
Alright, he's gonna be fine. By the way, this is not something you often talk about, but generally drafters will not allow the enemy team to get a Rubik when you have Pit Lord, because all he's steals is Firestorm. And what ends up happening is this Meepo is going to get absolutely farmed. Sorry, when I say Meepo, I meant that.
The Rubik.
On the Rubik, yeah. He's going to
I confused the two.
Yeah. They're very similar heroes. Hook is going to happen on the mid lane, and he's set up here by Ice Ice Sus. That should be a kill, and maybe perhaps into a push.
No, we find Underlord. It's only level 6
what impale.
Rift, though. He's going to get out. Take line. Oh! That would have been sick.
Kind of funnier if the hook hit him at the mid sandbag. I don't know what.
Yeah, no, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah, like it catches him, it makes contact whenever they're leaving, and then it brings him back because that's how much it works.
Well, Roche's step happening now here, and I'm not sure if there's anything that Face could do about it. Illusion, so the creep wave is gonna scout out the TPs coming in, and Black is just waiting for a hook to happen. And I think Roshan is
dominated creep is gonna discover it, but they don't know how much HP it has, and they're making moves.
They want to fight this. Okay, Roshan is gonna go down. Age is gonna get picked up. Black here, but Block Mule on the backside here. Black Hole is gonna find the meatballs, and the meatball's gonna get dropped. The mech has been used. You do get the Enigma. They will get one more. So far, team fight going pretty well here for Sig Trust. They're gonna need a little bit more. Hook's gonna miss as a result. Black coming back here. Nice finger of death here. Tigger doing a lot of work. They take the Aegis as well, and Mr. Jin's gonna try to clean up versus Black. The Kelf pops a angle, spins off against Black. They need a Pit of Malice, cooling down a couple of seconds. Black walking up the hill. He will have Shrine. Pops a magic line. Okay, Shrine, shower, pretty good. Now he bites them, getting even more issues back, but I don't think it'll be enough here. And Black will also gonna go down. So far, 5 for 2 engagement. XY comes back in here. Lakel's should be okay. I say that though. XY not giving chase just yet. He does have Swarm. Okay, we'll Swarm Lakel's. Lakel's still running away. Tigger does have Suns available. And they will back off. So if you include the Aegis kill, I was 5 for 2. Sig Trust, it looked pretty scary there, and they lost Meeple as the first hero, but damn, that Pit Lord did so much to work in that fight.
He did, but it should have been a little bit better for Faceless, at least post-Aegis. XY made the decision after he respawned that he could either follow the Pudge's journey and getting ganked by the Underlord and Jug, or he can try to go for a kill on Lion. And he tried to go for the kill on Lion, but just wasn't able to do it because there were already preemptive sentry wards on this dire ancient area, and so he gave up on that. And had he known that Pudge would have survived with the Shrine and the Magic Wand, Weaver could have done a lot of work against basically Manaless Juggernaut and an Underlord with all of his spells on cooldown, but didn't do the most optimal fight. Maybe he can redeem himself now.
Okay, Mr. Jin gets ganked, but his teammate is coming in. Tigger in position. They want XY. They have enough to question to hex him up. Okay, Centaur kind of driving everyone away. I thought Juggernaut was part of the smoke gank, but looks like he was, or Meeple was, but looks like he was just busy farming. Everyone backs up, but Citrus is down one smoke as a result.
His team is definitely taking up now after we've completed the Blink Dagger. He's going for a BKB deck. And like I mentioned, all the stuns and disables that are a menace for Invoker, obviously that's a huge problem for an Enigma as well. And Invoker actually went for an Aghanim after second item, so none of the defensive choices that we mentioned, like the Lincolns or the BKB, but actually now going more aggressive. He has maxed out export, and so he's dealing a lot of damage. Aghanim Scepter just helps him out all the more.
I think it's really hard to argue against Axe, right? Because, I mean, you can even make the argument that Axe is a defensive item because you're able to cycle through a spell so fast. Not to mention all of the stats to give you. So, you could, you know, now be able to cast like 3 or 4 spells in a fight as opposed to 1 or 2. Well,
yeah, that's going to be important early on.
Yeah. Right.
Which, yeah, like he didn't go for the Midas, or he did go for the Midas, so he's going to be getting those levels pretty quickly on. And again, like, he's still outselling this Juggernaut. Now Juggernaut has surpassed the Weaver, probably as a product of the last fight. Oh, and this is for the Black Hole.
Yeah. I think that Ice was not shy at dropping that Black because the Malefice was not going to lock him down, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Nuts did not have a Blink Dagger. He's closing in on it, 1800 gold, so he'll have it soon. Because with Blink Telekinesis, then it would an easy hook, well, easy dismember, didn't need to use the Black Hole, but it's important to not feel shy, like you said about using Black Hole.
Which that means the Meeple does have a lot of freedom in terms to play a lot more aggressive. This Black Hole is really the one spell that he's more worried about. I gotta say though, Faceless has been extremely aggressive over the side of the map, and I don't think they have been punished apart from that one Roche engagement. Roche engagement definitely hurt, but if you now look back to the network chart, Faceless still very much so in control of this game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Jabs is very in control, well, actually surpassing Meepo in net worth right now, which is extremely impressive. Now completes BOTs, so really he's like a jack of all trades right now. He's got defensive, he's got offensive, he's got split push, he's got right click. Jabs is going to be very important in these next few fights whenever Faceless decides to group, which you'd think with Helm of the Dominator Enigma that they would be more inclined to group more often, but no, they're just interested in farming and gaining some map control right now, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think they could straight up frontal push a tier 2, especially when they don't have Black Hole, but even if they do have, I think they're looking for a pick first with their Pudge. So I think this might be more of a long drawn out game. You were mentioning the scaling of the heroes. Weaver has a lot more to grow, and now Jabs with the, especially the Midas BOT build, I think he's okay to take this game fairly long as well. That's why does Lincoln's finish. So I'm not sure what the gank party is about, but it's really not going to happen, especially Lion still quite a bit away here from his blink.
Yeah, Rubik's gonna beat him to it, and both of these blink initiators, these instant blink initiators, gonna be very important. Like you mentioned, Lion on top of the Weaver, even with the Lincolns, he can kind of penetrate it fast enough. And then for Team Faceless, a blink with Nuts Telekinesis can make sure that this Juggernaut can't get a Blade Fury off.
I mean, the difference is that the Lion playing a 4 position, the Rubik's playing 5.
True.
Does he still be able to actually go ahead on the blink race because he has
so I mean, technically one should be the 5, but he's actually out farming his Ogre Magi, and I think at this point Ogre's like, whatever, I don't need any items, so you need to blink far more than I need an Aether Lens or something.
Alright, well, Faceless is now poking up on the high ground to do a little bit of pit damage. It's not even a little bit, that's just half HP on your tower. he got.
Radiant's top
The respawn
tower
time a
is
little bit
under
slow here
attack.
by Trust.
All about that Helmet of Dominate. One expects the kind of attack aura coming down from Nigel.
Oh, that's gonna hit. Sunstrike up on top. Really good to see those kind of Sunstrikes. Like, you know your teammate's gonna hit them. He's gonna throw it on top of the Pudge no matter what. Reminds me back in the days when I dual kill with one of my friends. He would always pick Pudge, I would always pick Mirana, and it got to a point where I don't even shoot arrow at enemy anymore. I just shoot at my Pudge.
Wow.
And then
that's like a trust kind of
yeah,
thing.
and that's what just right. Like he'd probably just Sunstrike on top of his Pudge, man. Kills. Somehow is keeping himself very relevant despite an early laning stage. But I still think that Juggernaut needs a bit more than what he's got currently.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to participate in this fight. Lion gets cycloned.
Meepo, black hole though. A lot of HP back, I'm not sure. But
Yeah, I saw that as well.
on the back line here, Lakel's in a lot of trouble. It's gonna pop off his Omni Slash, but it's gonna go for jabs, trying to spin on him, but gets bitten immediately by Black. It blinks forward, and now Mr. Jin's gonna get caught. Black blinking forward as well. Should be a very easy hook if he wants to commit it. Oh, he was going for someone else. I like that play, but unfortunately he missed that hook. I don't even know he got vision up there because they did not have a ward.
It's game sense, that's all it is. I'm crediting that entire fight to Enigma. He was waiting. He was 10 steps ahead. He knew Meepo was going to come in.
That is his only job in this game, though. Right? Just make
Exactly.
it. Oh. XY getting the alacrity. That's his damage problem. Blink hook, that's gonna hit on here. Okay, Tigger to drop off the Hex, but it does not matter as he's surrounded by 4. They do lift back the pit lord. Keep in mind, this is the buyback. He gets hit by the ice wall. Nicely clipped. I'm just waiting for the hook cooldown. If they even beat it. Okay, the hook, of course, will hit on Ogre Magi. That's gonna be 2 more kills on Faceless. And with the buyback on pit lord, 50 seconds without him, I think that's gonna have to prompt the GG sooner or later.
When does Black practice this Pudge? Like, this is very seasoned Pudge. And granted, there is a lot of setup this game, BKB pop.
He almost died. Back on here. Uh-oh. Meepo comes back in, missing pretty much every single spell, and jabs now up on the hill. It's back in, and that's gonna be a kill here for Faceless. Oh, Tigger cock back in, put the back line, gets 1 TP, but now gets found here by Black. And I think this was the build that you mentioned earlier, right? The Midas Blink build on Pudge.
That's the one. And Aghanim Scepter was next up. Right now, Black has a Arcane Booster, or Energy Booster queued up. But yeah, as we see, the only limit to Black Pudge is the cooldown of his hook, and that's it. And so, put it on 4 seconds, and all of Signature Trust are going to be slowly slipping out of their base into the clutches of Faceless.
Perhaps mana is a concern here for us. Well, now that he's got the Aether Lens finish, he should be okay. And Faceless is pretty much in a let's wait for a cooldown mode and then finish the game. They'll take down a couple of shrines as a meanwhile. This game kind of just escalated very quickly, right? Because there was maybe like a 5,000-6,000 lead comfortably for Faceless, and then just after one fight, Tresh just died.
Oh, Black Hole.
Okay, he's got BK. Omni-Side's gonna go on Black, but now the Black Hole's gonna be down here. Okay, Meteor's not gonna hit too much, but it does take out the Ogre in the back line. Nice fight here onto the Juggernaut. I think he was trying to be sent home. This hook, though. Black's gonna find another one, and that's gonna be 3 more. The bot racks will be open, and the Eidolons are crewing up right now.
I don't really know what Enigma was waiting for. I guess you can be a little bit skeptical as you see a bunch of heroes that are not the Meepo. And as we said, Ice whole job is to be anti-Meepo duty. So I can see why he kind of held on to it, but it was such a nice black hole.
It really was. Especially because he's got the golden bracer. Right, you pop the BKB, you pop that golden black hole, everything is just golden in there. It's good.
Next rack's down. They're not even gonna bother going to the next rush. I think they're just gonna put Signature Trust in the ground right now, and especially if can find Meepo. Don't have vision. Oh, they do vision, just barely with this ward, but too late.
I think this ward scouted out the Meepo walking out of the base, but mean, I was gonna say they wait for cooldowns, but I don't think Enigma really cares about whether he has Black Hole or not.
Hopefully that won't come back to bite them, because even though Meepo has not really been able to do very much in fights, he's been farming pretty respectably as 2 Dragon Lances, E-Blade, and Blink completed. Haven't seen the E-Blade be used yet, but if you can manage to put a Lion Finger and an E-Blade on something, you can chance to get one or... Oh, there, put a dead Overlord.
Yep. Get 2 from that kill. Blink Hooker, and now jab. Oh my god. Alright, nice Deafening Blast. That's going to be 2 extra kills. Tornado is going to force the kills to actually use the spin. And if this is going to push around hook, this time misses. And I just don't know what they're going to do to defend this one.
They're going to defend themselves mentally by talking about the next game, because that's really the only reason why you're still playing right now. Another hook on Meepo. Doesn't matter anymore. If you poof on the Pudge, he has 3.2k HP.
Yep. XY? Should be fine. Yulsep is gonna find one. The hook! Oh, the tornado! Everything hitting on like all the kills. He's just spin, but now he's kind of away from the space. Nuts might be in a little bit of trouble. Nuts is gonna actually get bit, but the Omni Slash, Lucky bounces. Lucky bounces. Not gonna find Lakel's. Or sorry, not gonna find Lutz, and the Kells will go down. On the back line, PP being chased here by the Invoker, who's right looking for a bunch. Black just waiting for the hook. Waiting. Okay, the Black Hole, that's gonna hit on everybody. The Deafening Blast trying to push them out. Somehow Nuts just survives through all of this as Red Health. And he's good. That's gonna be the GG call here as Mega Creep has been gotten by Faceless. And Faceless is just flexing the muscle right now. The first pick Pudge. Completely uninterrupted, and definitely one of the reasons why they won this game.